Hello, my name is Frank. I'm from Jenkintown, Pennsylvania, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about my experience with By Design Dental. I came to the practice to have an all-in-4 procedure done, both on the upper and lower jaw. Just a real brief description of the all-in-4 procedure. It's a full arch of teeth on the upper jaw and the lower jaw, supported by 4 implants in both the upper and the lower. So there's a total of 8 implants involved. I came to this point in my dental history, if you will, because I got to the point where I only had 9 of my original teeth left, 6 in the front and 3 in the back. And of course that doesn't make for, it's pretty hard to eat with a mouth like this. I had been going to the same dentist for 40 years, a very kind man who passed away of a sudden illness. So I lost the dentist that I had my trust in, I've been going to for years, and I had to find another dentist. The problem I have with dentists is I have a terrible, terrible, terrible gag reflex. I mean, I can just walk by a dentist office and see the shingle outside and I start to gag. It's that bad. So it's very hard for me to get comfortable with any dentist at all. So I found a dentist in the area and I went to him and we came up with a treatment plan that included capping all of these 9 teeth and making a partial denture for the lower jaw and 6 implants in the top for a fixed bridge. The amount of time that would have involved in a dental chair just scared the heck out of me. I mean, you have the temporary caps, you have the full caps, you have impressions, you have the implants have to, I figured I'd be at the dentist's office for a year and a half, gagging all the way. So I did a little research on the internet and I came across this procedure called All-in-4. And it sounded like just the thing that would be good for me. And I found a few dentists in the area that I'm sure would have done a fine job, but they were big practices, and I just felt that I would have just been a number and I wouldn't have gotten the individual attention. So by luck, I was reading the paper one night and I saw an ad for the By Design Dental Implant Center in King of Prussia. I went on the site and I really keyed in on the surgeon, Dr. McGarris, and I was very, very impressed with his experience and his credentials. So I made an appointment to come out to see him. We did the CAT scan, which of course they have all this equipment in this modern office. And he said that I definitely was a candidate for the All-in-4. I then met everybody else in the office, and let me tell you, I have never, ever been in a dental office like this before. It really was like walking into your living room. Everybody was so friendly, and they have their own dental lab right here on site. They have a prosthodontist who's a restorative dentist who makes the teeth, and all of these people are involved in the crafting of the treatment plan. It's not just the oral surgeon looking and say, well, I'm going to put the implants in here, and then the restorative dentist coming in and saying, I don't like that, I wish you would have put them here. They actually come up with a plan A and a plan B when they're putting your treatment together. And then as the procedure goes on, they may have to change things, but it's very important that these people are involved. Even the person who makes the teeth is involved, which is also very important. So on January 29th, I came out with my wife to the office, and I remember sitting in my car listening to satellite radio. My whole life was flashing before me. I was that scared to walk in and get in that chair. I sat down in the chair, and as soon as Dr. McGarris came in, I felt a lot more comfortable. They started the IV sedation, which is, by the way, is the only way they could have done this procedure on me. Just remember now, they're taking out 9 teeth. Extracting 9 teeth, 3 of them were molars, and that's usually just enough for one day right there. And then they're going to put in 8 implants on top of it. And then they're going to make the teeth that go on these 8 implants. So I'm going to leave that night with an upper and lower, and I'm going to be able to eat pretty well. So they started the IV, and I can't tell you what the procedure was like because I was out of it. I have no idea. I just know that I came to, and I was looking at the clock across the way, which it's very ironic. It was on the Capitol Grill, which is a steakhouse known for their wonderful steaks. And I'm thinking, gee, I'm going to be able to eat steak again that I couldn't do for years because of the way my teeth were. I still can't believe that they were able to do this without me knowing what was going on. In fact, Dr. McGarris stopped about halfway through and came out and gave my wife a reading on how I was doing. She said, oh, he's doing fine. He's tapping his fingers to the music, and he's laughing at some of the conversations we're having. I don't remember any of that, and that's what this conscious sedation does. They say it's kind of like an amnesia. You kind of have to be awake so you can cooperate with the doctor doing the procedure, but you don't remember anything afterwards. So I just can't believe how good I felt. The rest of the day was spent making my temporary teeth and making sure I was comfortable. I had plenty of smoothies to drink. I had plenty of ice. And anytime I looked like I was the least bit uncomfortable, oh, can I do this for you? Can I get that? I'm like, I'm fine. Just I'll be fine. So about 7 o'clock at night, I was finished and I came out. No pain at all. Everything felt fine. Every one of those people, Dr. Thaler ran, the fellow who makes the teeth, Jamie, they were all still here, and it was like 7 o'clock at night. Like when you're here, you are their focus. You are the reason they exist almost. It's not a 9 to 4 job for these people. They really take their work seriously. And the next day I came out here for the post-op, and I was like, I'm retired, and I've been retired for 8 years, but if I was still working, I could have gone to work. I had no pain, had a little bit of swelling, black and bruising on the one side. That might be because I didn't keep the ice on as much as I should have. That night I went home and I had some soup and some bread, and it wasn't that long afterwards that I was eating fish, chicken, ground beef. The diet was no problem at all. As far as pain goes, they gave me a prescription for pain medication. I had it filled because I thought, oh, I'm really going to need this the next day. I didn't even touch them. I took a little regular strength Tylenol for about 24 hours, and that was it. It probably was a couple months. In fact, it was until July when I finally got the final set of teeth. And the final set of teeth are supported by a titanium bar, which they send out to have milled. And that gives the teeth a lot more strength. And you actually get 2 more teeth, 2 on the upper and 2 on the lower. So you have a full set of, you have 12 teeth on the bottom and 12 on the top. I still work out when I'm retired, and I was bench pressing, and I guess the last one I was like, trying to get that last rep, and I felt this thing in my mouth, and I'm thinking, that feels like a tooth. And oh my God, these are temporary teeth now. These are the temporary. They came out, and I'm thinking, oh my God, what's going on here? It was a Friday. I still remember. And I said, well, I'd been without front teeth before, no problem. So I called the office, and I told Rita what had happened, and she said, you have to come out here right away. We'll bring Dr. Thaler in, and they'll put that tooth back in. I said, Rita, it's Friday. I can wait. I don't want to bring the poor doc. He came out, and within a half an hour, I had that tooth put back in. This is just the kind of people they are. I mean, they can't do enough for you. I tell that story just to get a flavor of what happens. Now, the final teeth, it probably took them an extra month or 2 longer than usual because the titanium bar, when it came back, wasn't perfect. And believe me, these people were perfectionists. So they sent it back twice, which is no problem because I was doing fine with my temporary teeth. I was eating, and I mean, they just as well could have been the permanent teeth. July 17th, I came back, and it was a day I've been waiting for. They installed the final teeth with the titanium bar. And everything has been absolutely fantastic since then. I can eat anything I want. I can eat a bagel again. I can bite into a big hoagie. I can eat a big steak. And hopefully this is the end of my dental hell because I come out now twice a year for cleaning. And it's actually, I never thought I'd enjoy going to the dentist, but I do because I come back for my cleaning and I get to see these wonderful people out here. And if I had to do over again, I would definitely do this again. And I would definitely do it again at By Design Dental. These are the nicest people in the world, and I really do consider them part of my family. As a matter of fact, my son just got married 2 weeks ago, and I brought the wedding pictures out to share with everyone, and they really seemed happy to see them. So that's my story, and I'll make this offer. Anybody that happens to see this video, you can get in touch with the people at By Design Dental, and I will talk to them anytime, answer any questions they have about this procedure. That's how sold I am on these people at By Design Dental. I'm a big meat and potatoes kind of guy. My big emphasis was I can eat again, Obviously, I think they did a fine job with my teeth, but I was just so relieved that I found somebody that could take care of my dental process basically in one day without all the emotions and the gagging and everything. And now, hopefully, I'm set for life. I mean, I won't have to worry about any more root canals or anything like that. You just go for a cleaning, and that's it. And the other thing is, my wife and I are retired, and we like to travel. And with, caps on your front teeth are always breaking. I never knew what kind of shape I was going to be on one of these trips. I might not be able to eat. I have no teeth in the front. I never knew. But now I'm pretty confident. Since I've had these permanent teeth, I haven't had one problem at all. I have had people ask me, and they just didn't seem to get it, that these are like, they're not false teeth. They're actually screwed in, and they don't come out. At night, I just brush my teeth like normal. I use floss, so I asked them out here the day I got my final teeth to give me a little bit of some pictures. So they actually, and this was all extra. They took some pictures of me with the teeth in, without the teeth. They took some pictures of the actual implants hanging in there. I got some pictures of the temporary teeth, and then the ones titanium bar, and I actually got a picture of my CAT scan before and after, and they put this together in like a little storybook for me. Again, it's the kind of people they are. If you ask them for something like that, they'll do it. And I actually have this home on my computer now, so I've had people come in, and I said, well, look, let me just show you what this is all about. And and it works well. So this is obviously not something you would do if you only had one or two teeth missing, but it was either dentures, and can you imagine me with the gag reflex like I have with dentures with a palate piece in the back? I just couldn't even imagine that. So these actually feel like my real teeth right now. If I didn't know any better, I would think they're my real teeth. I think it's a great procedure, but even more than that, having it done at a place like this where you're just totally comfortable, and the people are extremely competent. Please go on there and look at their credentials and look at the bio. These people have many, many years experience, and I feel that they're the best people to do work like this.